Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Hedera Hashgraph and Hbar, a distributed ledger technology that is playing a significant role in the evolution of our current financial infrastructure. We're going to be going over some things that we have been talking about and discussing on the CYPRX platform for some time: digital identities, CBDCs, this digital transformation. So if you all enjoy in-depth video breakdowns like this, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, especially if you are an Hbar holder. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. We do appreciate the love and the support. Now, as we're going through this rabbit hole, I want you to understand that some of these documents are outdated. However, they're going to lead us to updated documents, and how everything that I displayed to you all today forms an intertwined web that, again, in some way, shape, or form, either directly or indirectly, is playing a major role in. So pay attention. We're going to start here on this fundamental from May 6, 2020, where it goes on to talk about some major key entities. And it says, UCL continues distributed ledger technology leadership with recently launched COVID-19 task force. Hedera Hashgraph, an enterprise-grade distributed ledger technology platform, today announced that University College London, or UCL, London's leading multidisciplinary university, has joined the Hedera Governing Council. That's massive. It says right here, UCL is one of the world's leading educational institutions in the era of blockchain and distributed ledger technology. Earlier this month, the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, so that's the first mention of this acronym, the INATBA. Remember that because we're going to read a PDF from them. It goes on to say, partnered with the European Commission and UCL to coordinate blockchain solution providers to respond to the European national health emergencies. Mans Harman, CEO and co-founder of Hedera Hashgraph, said, the addition of UCL to the Hedera Governing Council marks a historic moment as the very first university on the council. Now, let's head back to this acronym right here, or the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications. I want to take your attention to a PDF that they wrote where it goes on to discuss specifically about the time that it's going to take for this evolution to happen. So this, again, is a PDF from the INATBA. And it says, the ability to tokenize anything on a blockchain, from tangible and intangible assets to data, tasks, and processes, allows for any type of organizational and operational building block to exist and move freely within the fabric of the internet, i.e. the internet of value, right? Now, this is where it gets interesting. The importance of understanding and implementing blockchain should not be underestimated. The transition from a global centralized socio-economic organizational model to a global decentralized and borderless model invites all socio-economic stakeholders to rethink their participation. This change is uncomfortable and unsettling. This is where it gets important. Follow along, but it says, at the same time, the integration of socio-economic infrastructures and its functional model in the very fabric of the internet seems to be an inevitable evolution. Boom, smash the thumbs up on that one, an inevitable evolution. So here is where it mentions this transition will take time. Giving you guys, again, something that we've been talking about for the longest time across all CYPRX platforms is this is a long-term projection. Long-term vision is what you need to have in order to succeed in this market space. Doing research on what distributed ledger technologies are finally integrated with these regulators, with these governing bodies, with these standard setting bodies, things of that nature, right? And Hedera Hashgraph is one of those individuals, those key market participants that, in our personal opinion, is going to play a major role. So let's go down even further. It says the path to maturity requires a long-term educational strategy. Interesting, right? Now, if we come down here all the way to the bottom of this PDF, this is where it gets even more interesting. It goes on to mention the World Economic Forum declared that the events of 2020, specifically mentioning the COVID pandemic, have forever changed the trajectory of technology and its role in society. So it's literally confirming right there the digital transformation, all right? Now, with all that out of the way, again, from the INATBA, we come over here to the World Economic Forum, where it goes on to mention Hedera Hashgraph. So we already know that Hedera Hashgraph is a partner of the World Economic Forum, either directly or indirectly correlated. And it says, this is from March 30th, 2023. This is where we're going to go on to move into digital identities. It says how we create an international framework for privacy preserving digital identities. Now, who was the participating member of this article? Brett McDonald, chair and president at Hedera Hashgraph. This article goes on to read, Currently, around 850 million people lack official identification. Meanwhile, billions of others with legal ID lack adequate privacy protections when participating in the digital economy. Decentralized digital ID enables people to participate more effectively in the digital economy. People truly believe that this whole entire digital identity evolution is not happening. Oh, it's happening. And people need to wake up and really truly realize what distributed ledger technology systems are going to be implemented behind the scenes to run the whole back-end processes of these new systems. This goes on to read, state-of-the-art decentralized digital ID technology is evolving rapidly. While several core technologies have been proven and standardized by the W3C, the standards body that governs core web technologies, some notable recent developments suggest the role of blockchain and digital ID will only grow over time. Now, again, it says right here, several core technologies have been proven and standardized. Who's one of those technologies? Boom. If we come over here, back to, again, an article from Hedera, Hedera Hashgraph joins the World Wide Web Consortium W3C. Check this out. Hedera Hashgraph, an enterprise-grade distributed ledger platform, has joined W3C as a member organization and has registered a DID method to the W3C Credentials Communities Group. So again, what we're seeing is an outdated article now linking up with a newly updated article, right? This is from March 30th, 2023, where it goes on to talk about several core technologies that have been proven and standardized by the W3C, right? You guys start to see how Hedera Hashgraph is playing a major role. Moving on, all right? Let's come over here. This is from February 20th, 2023. The Bank of Japan launches a CBDC pilot. What everybody's paying attention to is the meat of the article, but what you guys need to be able to pick up on is the fine, detailed connections, the intertwined web that they're talking to you about that nobody picks up on, the connections, the partnerships, everything that's going on either directly or indirectly behind the scenes. Now, down here at the bottom, it goes on to read, Japanese card giant JCB has already joined forces with identity specialist IDEMIA and fintech SoftSpace to investigate how any digital yen would work in retail stores. It mentions IDEMIA, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? Moving on, this article, Japanese card company JCB launches CBDC project with IDEMIA. And Malaysia fintech SoftSpace, the aim is to demonstrate that CBDCs can be used with existing payment cards and payment infrastructures. Tokyo merchants will test the solution during the first 3 months of 2023. Now, what's interesting, you guys remember from this year, just back in March 2023, Hedera is a proud partner with IDEMIA Group on their mission to provide secure, customizable, and accessible solutions to central banks exploring CBDCs, unlocking the potential of connected Web3 economies while preserving user privacy.
Imagine offline payments, except with all the convenience of digital payments. Contactless, convenient. Where not even the limitations of geography, no network connectivity, can stop seamless transactions from happening. Where the smallest businesses can become big. Where the young and old can comfortably take part in secure transactions. Imagine a world where stablecoin payments can be at the forefront of financial inclusion. SpaceX stablecoins leverage IDEMIA's technical capabilities and redemption on the Hedera ledger to offer offline payments, driving financial inclusion, higher payment efficiency, and savings on environmental costs. Your identity is the key to securely accessing the future of finance.
Your identity is the key to securely accessing the future of finance.
Now, I just want to pause right there and give you all a spiel about Hedera Hashgraph. Its fast and secure consensus algorithm makes it a key player for potential future use by central banks to develop and implement CBDCs. Now, we also know Hedera provides the capability to create digital identities for authentication and verification in financial transactions. Again, in my personal opinion, Hedera Hashgraph playing a major key role in the future implementation and evolution of this digital infrastructure. Now, moving on, This is that CBDC white paper from the Hedera group. And if you scroll down here to page 24, it goes on to talk about offline CBDC payments integrated with the best CBDC solution providers. The best CBDC solution providers are working with the Hedera group. This allows central banks to be able to use secure offline payments no matter the supplier they are using. And it mentions the Hbar Foundation built on Hedera. Now let's put all that information aside. Something else that's very interesting is this recent article from February 14th, 2023. Binance CEO says more non-USD stablecoins may emerge, and we've seen updates on this potentially taking place. The industry will likely look for other options as regulatory pressure mounts in the US. Zhao said during an event hosted by Binance on Twitter, adding that more stablecoins pegged to the euro, the Singapore dollar, and other currencies may emerge. I want to take your attention to the Singapore dollar, right? If we come over here to this article, this fundamental, it's very interesting. StraightX partners industry leaders to pilot stablecoin real-world use cases at the Singapore FinTech Festival back in 2022 in November. And we see right here, StraightX pilot stablecoin real-world use cases with Hedera Group, Hedera, MasterCard, a major payment institution licensed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore today, announced that it will be piloting a series of stablecoin applications in Singapore FinTech Festival back in 2022, which aims to showcase stablecoin real-world use case applications and benefits for trade and commerce. Through collaborations with partners such as Hedera, MasterCard, and Carbon Seed, StraightX focused on driving 5 key benefits of stablecoins that can bring increased payments efficiency, on-chain and offline programmability, providing interoperability, spurring financial inclusion, and enabling sustainable and energy-efficient transactions. Boom, that is massive right there that I feel like a lot of people are again sleeping on. And we know right here, StraightX is licensed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, major payment institution. We are committed to security and leveraging institutional-grade custody solutions to ensure customer funds are safe. Last but not least, all right, we have this updated article from April 17th, 2023. Circle Jeremy Allaire, CEO, says the US dollar supremacy at stake as stablecoin bill enters Congress. And what do we see? The Binance CEO go on to mention, right, stablecoins pegged outside of the US dollar to things like the euro, the Singapore dollar, and how, again, Hedera Hashgraph is playing a big role in those stablecoin solutions, right? Interestingly enough, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire says proposed legislation to create a regulatory framework for stablecoins marks a pivotal moment for the US dollar. The draft stablecoin bill, which will be discussed during the House Committee on Financial Services hearing on April 19th, proposes the qualifications and requirements to be a payment stablecoin issuer in the US and details the criminal penalties for violators. Allaire says the bill has potentially extraordinary implications on the US dollar and digital currencies in general. According to the CEO, the role of the dollar is now at stake if stablecoin regulation isn't done right. It is an extraordinary moment for the future of the dollar in the world and the future of currency on the internet. There is clearly the need for deep bipartisan support for laws that ensure that digital dollars on the internet are safely issued, backed, and operated. This is all very massive in my personal opinion. And again, like I've shown you all from the beginning of this video breakdown, Hedera Hashgraph is playing a major role in the evolution of our financial infrastructure behind the scenes, regardless if we're looking at it from a CBDC perspective, a digital identity perspective. Hedera Hashgraph is playing a major role. If you all enjoyed this video breakdown, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. As always, be cognizant, be aware, do your own personal research, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown.